name's Shannon, and this is a little shorter session. It's very specific on stretching for the stability of the joints, primarily the knees. And so we're going to have a few different exercises that we're going to focus on with this. So a lot of problems with the joints is they work very hard for us. So if you had seen the previous session, exercise therapy session 1, we focused on fixing imbalances, which will help relieve stress on our joints. So we're going a little bit further here into stretches, because stretches are just as important as the exercises. They go hand in hand. So I've seen people have problems with knees, and really it is the strengthening and the stretching of those. A lot of people forget to stretch, and we have these movable joints in these certain areas, and when we're dealing with big muscle groups, that can create a lot of problems. So our legs, for example, we have our large calf muscle here. There's also a lot of small muscles that tie into all of this. And then we have, so back calf, front quad. Our hamstrings are pretty strong as well, but we can tend to have problems from our calves and our quads. The knee is in the middle. So when you have those issues, normally they're not working together. Your calf is saying one thing, I want to do this and I want to go this way. And your quad is saying, well, too bad, I want to go that way. Your knees aren't going to be happy with that. I have been diagnosed, I have seen others diagnosed with knee problems that they're focusing just on the knee itself and not all of the components. A physical therapist would do that, and they would recognize very quickly, oh, it's not the knee, it's this instead. And a chiropractor, the right chiropractor, would also recognize these issues, that these muscles are fighting each other, and that's why you have the knee problem. Over time, though, as the muscles here weaken because they're overworked because of all of this torque, then we have more imbalances. And then we have other soft tissue that gets involved that's not supposed to be doing that job either. So you have too many soft tissue areas that are trying to make up for other problems, and that's not their job. And that can cause some big, even sometimes permanent problems. So we're going to stay specifically through this area. The exercises in section 1 addressed a lot of core work and glutes that will help do that, but without the stretching, so we'll have problems. So we need to add that. If it is the problem that I just had mentioned, one of the best stretches that I have found is actually a quad stretch. And then we'll deal with the calf later. So most everyone knows this stretch, your leg up between, and most people will just hold their foot or their ankle and press down a little bit and say, my quads seem perfectly fine. Well, how about take this foot and put it a little bit upper on the wall. A little bit further. And then lean back into it. Pull yourself back into it. Make sure you get your heel on the outer part of your glutes so you can really, really push back. Don't go too hard. You will hurt yourself. It needs to be gradual. This can be intense at first. You don't want it intense. You want that you can just feel it. But just knowing that you can get deeper into it is very helpful. And then eventually you can lean back and get your knee all the way to the wall and have a really good stretch that way. That will take care of all of this. Straighten that out. That's the biggest one I like for that area. You can also do this on the floor, but roll your, you want to roll the calf out. So I'm not sure, I guess I needed to go this way. So roll your calf out, both of them, toes flat. Now I'm going to reposition this just a little bit because it doesn't look like you can see that. Okay. And then I'm just going to sit on my heels. If you don't feel anything there, you can then bring your toes up. And I'm still not sure that you can see this. There we go. Okay, so roll these out, sit, my feet are flat. I can also bring them up, bring my toes, tuck my toes under. That'll stretch the bottoms of my feet, my toes, and get a little bit behind the heel, which will help on this bottom part. You may need to sit there a while, and you may need to lift your glutes up just a little bit to relieve because it might be too much pressure. You have your tops of your feet flat, you can start to go backwards and eventually be able to lay down on them, and that will get this as well. Now there's a couple other stretches that I'm not the best setup for here, but we can make do. You will need a step of sorts. And these library steps are a little narrow this way, so I'm a little nervous with this, but most everyone knows calf stretch of up against the wall, bend down, lean in, and then push yourself forward, and you can get a stretch here. There's a little muscle in here that can get irritated, especially if you're a runner. And this doesn't get that. If you bend your knee slightly, and you can move a little bit back and forth to see what might be tight, that will get that muscle in here. Also, heel drops are a little bit more intense. I find they stretch much better. So I'm going to get close to the tip of the foot. Not good. I thought that was going to happen. And I'm just going to drop my heel. And you may need to stay there for a little bit. Think, feels fine, not a problem. Just wait. Because all of a sudden, you'll feel it. Be really careful because you may need to get out of it a little bit, lift up a little bit with that heel, because it can go to 0 to 10 really quick. You can also do the one that we did below and bend this knee slightly. And then switch to the other. And I'm going to hop into this to prevent what happened before. So then just reverse, do the same with the other one. I normally stay in these quite a bit, and actually the stairs in my house, I will actually spend time on each stair as I am going up to do a heel drop on each stair, which can feel absolutely wonderful. This is one that a lot of people don't know about, is the heel drop, and that seems to really work the best for me. So those are the ones that seem to really get my spots the best. But then you can also go down and get, even out glutes, and the rest of the leg muscles. So I like this position. So kind of butterfly your legs, feet together if possible, and then you can stretch out over. You can just lean down and stretch to bring your head down towards your feet. You can also stretch out this way to stretch back here a little bit more, get a little deeper stretch. If you really like it, be careful not to do too much, but if you have a table or a pole, something that you can grab a little bit further out, then you can stretch yourself into that, but be very, very, very careful. Go very slow to make sure that you don't hurt yourself in any way. That stretch can be intense pretty quick as well. And then you can just stretch out here. This will take some core muscles to be able to do this, but so you're engaging certain muscles and stretching others. So that one is nice. Then we all know this one, our seated calf stretch. If this is problematic for you, use a strap. This is a yoga strap. You can get a stretch strap. Lots of possibility. You can use a belt. And then you can just do this, because everyone's flexibility is different. When somebody is at full flexibility, that's still different for everybody. That's a genetics thing. So this will feel good. You can also bring this leg in, stretch out over this leg, and switch. Then you can spread both legs out, and like we did with the butterfly stretch, go straight down and out. You can also stretch all of these same things with the other one. Now what we're going to do different with this one, you want to try to keep your toes upward, so try not to let them roll in like this. You can also flex this way. It will stretch a little bit more inner, right around here. This again will take some core strength to be able to do this. So if you're not quite there yet, continue with the exercises in the first session video, and that will help. This one, you can go across in increments. So you can go over one leg and inch around slower than I'm doing. I'm kind of doing this for time, so, and then here. And when you get here, you can even twist one hand on the floor here the other behind your back, and twist your whole body. Again, be careful. It's a deep stretch, so you want to be very attentive of what's happening with your body. And then you can sweep back over. There you go. So you can also finally stand and bend over this way. If you have any core weakness, especially in your back, you do not want to do this hamstring stretch. You want to do the seated one. You can also crisscross your feet. So the foot that is going to your left, you're going to twist your body to the right. You're going to want to stay there a while until you feel things start to loosen. Sometimes things can be so tight, you won't feel them really loosen or release. But over time, that will come. You can also do a straddle stretch like we did when we were sitting. But be careful. Again, it's a deep stretch. And you can either walk your feet back up or hop, whichever you want. Okay, so, one more. So, right foot forward, left foot back, and then twist. Make sure you don't stick your butt out, so make sure your torso is straight. Everything is aligned when you twist. If anything gets out of line, you're going deeper than you should go. Other side. The side that the wall is on is the foot that's going forward. And then twist. You may just get to here. It takes a long time to get the other hand all the way over. Okay, so there's a million more possibility for stretches for body overall, but those are the largest ones from waist down that are really going to help with your knees. And so enjoy, and this should make you feel a lot better running and walking, or just anything in general. Climbing stairs, if you get these little tweaks here and there, these things will help take care of that. As well as the first session, correcting imbalances. You want to make sure you do that first and then layer these stretches in. And there will be more stretches, an overall stretch video as well. That will be coming up soon. Thank you and have a great weekend. Bye.